What makes a financially successful retirement plan? NADART's Guide to Employer Responsibilities. Brought to you by your state association and NADART, NADA's Financial Services Division. Saving for retirement isn't always easy, but selecting the right savings vehicle can help maximize your opportunity for success. An employer-sponsored retirement plan, like a 401k, is a great way to help save for a successful retirement. Employees can choose to have contributions automatically deducted from each paycheck. These amounts can be on a pre-tax or after-tax basis depending on the plan's options. Employees can then invest these contributions into any one of the fund options offered under the plan. The employer can also elect to contribute to the plan either through a matching contribution, a fixed contribution, a profit-sharing contribution, or a combination of the three. A 401k plan offers a number of benefits for both the employer sponsoring the plan and their employees. Employer contributions are tax-deductible, and offering a plan can help attract top talent and retain valuable employees. Employees benefit from a convenient and automatic way to save for their retirement. The plan also provides tax benefits by helping to lower their taxable income today, and if the employer provides a match, employees can earn free money simply by contributing. How much money can you save in a 401k? For 2014, individual employees can save up to $17,500 in their 401k plan. That's up to $336 weekly, or $1,458 a month. As an added benefit, those employees who are age 50 or older in 2014 can also take advantage of contributing another $5,500 in catch-up contributions, allowing them to contribute a maximum of $23,000 annually. The combined annual limit for both employee and employer contributions is $52,000 or $57,500 for those age 50 and older. How much should employees save? Well, the short answer is as much as they can, as soon as they can. The amount each individual should save is based on a number of factors, including their age when they plan to start and at what age they plan or expect to retire. Experts agree that one of the best ways to save is through a tax-deferred account, like a 401k plan. How much have Americans saved? Well, according to the Employee Benefit Research Institute's 2013 Retirement Confidence Survey, Americans haven't saved nearly enough. Almost half of the participants surveyed, 46%, had saved less than $10,000 for retirement. This study also detailed what percentage of workers were actually saving for their retirement. And as you can see in this graph, the percentage of workers saving has been on the decline since the recession. This next chart shows the percentage of workers who have saved broken out by their household income. What we see is that for those with household incomes above $35,000, the percentage has remained relatively the same. But for those workers whose household income is below $35,000, the percentage of those who are saving has seen a dramatic decline. So how do we help those employees save for retirement to maximize their growth potential? The first step is to get employees to start early. The earlier they start, the more time they have on their side to help their account grow. The next step is to get them to invest regularly. Once an employee sets up automatic payroll withdrawals to their retirement plan, they're more likely to continue investing. And the final step, and sometimes the hardest, is to stay patient. The markets are going to have their ups and downs, but employees should remember that they are in this for the long term. Let's look at the benefits of compounding interest. As an employee invests, their principal investment earns interest, and then their accumulated interest also earns interest. This is an example of compounding. In this example, a participant who invests $200 per month starting today will have a significantly larger balance in 30 years than someone who also contributes $200 per month, but who decides to wait 5 years or even 10 years to start. Waiting just 5 years to start can cost a participant more than $100,000. Again, getting started early and saving on a regular basis can make a dramatic impact on their total retirement savings. Now let's take a look at fiduciary responsibilities. It's important for the employer who sponsors the retirement plan to understand who is a fiduciary and what their responsibilities are relative to the plan. A person is a fiduciary with respect to a plan to the extent they 1. Exercise any discretionary authority or discretionary control in respect to the management of such plan or disposition of its assets. 2. Render investment advice for a fee or other compensation with respect to any monies or other property of such plan, or has any authority or responsibility to do so. Or 3. Have any discretionary authority or discretionary responsibility in the administration of the plan. There are 2 types of fiduciaries: a named fiduciary and a functional fiduciary. It's important to know the distinction between the two. A named fiduciary is named to control, manage, and administer the plan. They are the primary decision makers in regard to all activities of the plan. A functional fiduciary is judged by their actions. Without being a named fiduciary, if the actions of the individuals impact the control, management, or administration of the plan, the individuals will be deemed fiduciaries. So why is it important to understand whether you are a fiduciary or not? This chart details the different types of fiduciaries. They include the trustee and directed trustee, the plan sponsor, the plan administrator, and the investment manager. A fiduciary is responsible for acting solely in the interest of plan participants and their beneficiaries, and with the exclusive purpose of providing benefits to them, carrying out their duties prudently, following the plan documents, diversifying plan investments, and paying only reasonable plan expenses. The employer's fiduciary role as the plan sponsor is to offer the plan for the benefit of their employees and to hire and monitor any service providers they delegate their duties to with respect to the plan. These may include third-party administrators, record keepers, investment managers, and advisors. Who is the plan administrator? There are 2. The first is the clerical administrator employed by the employer responsible for submitting payroll and communicating any participant issues to the employees. The second is the plan administrator, named in the plan document as the fiduciary responsible for managing the day-to-day activity of the plan. The named plan administrator is responsible for signing the Form 5500. This document reports to the Department of Labor what happened within the employee retirement plan during the previous year. The plan administrator is also responsible for making decisions in regard to the administration of the plan that are beyond clerical. For example, is a hardship withdrawal appropriate for the requesting individual? They're also required to determine the reasonableness of the retirement plan's fees. The trustee of the plan is a person or group responsible for the control of the plan's assets. They have full discretion as to how they control the plan's assets and are required to perform their duties with care, skill, prudence, and diligence. A directed trustee of the plan is a person or group that takes direction from a named fiduciary of the plan. The named fiduciary could hire a bank to be a directed trustee. A directed trustee has fiduciary responsibility for taking direction for selecting, monitoring, and replacement of plan assets. The investment fiduciary can be either a 338 investment manager or a 321 limited scope investment advisor. The investment manager can only be a bank, insurance company, or registered investment advisor, or RIA. They're responsible for selecting, monitoring, and replacing investment options as needed with full discretion. The investment advisor is a co-fiduciary with the trustee and provides advice and recommendations to the plan sponsor, who can then either accept or reject that advice. So how can you, the plan sponsor, reduce or limit your fiduciary liability? The first thing you want to be sure to do is to perform your due diligence by conducting periodic reviews of your current service provider relationships, including the services you receive and the fees charged for those services. You also want to review your investment policy statement to ensure that your investments are in line with what the policy allows, and document the review process. Another way you can help reduce your fiduciary liability is to make sure you have fiduciary liability insurance and an ERISA fidelity bond. Fiduciary liability insurance generally insures the plan against losses caused by breaches of fiduciary responsibilities. An ERISA fidelity bond insures a plan against losses due to fraud or dishonesty on the part of any person who handles the plan's funds. In addition, errors and omission insurance will cover mistakes made in running the daily operation of the plan. Lastly, ensure that all required documents are distributed to employees by the required deadlines. This includes any required plan notices and the annual participant fee disclosures. Now we're going to take a brief look at the investment requirements side of retirement plans, specifically 3 items. 1. What is the minimum number of investment elections in a retirement plan? 2. What is a qualified default investment alternative? And 3. What are target date funds? What type of investment offerings are there? A plan offers a broad range of investment options in order to allow a participant to have a range of potential return and risk investments. There needs to be at least 3 different investment alternatives. Typically, these 3 different investments include at least one designed to preserve capital, one designed to provide income, and one designed to provide capital gains. What type of investment is right for employees who do not actively select an investment option for their contributions? A qualified default investment alternative, or QDIA, is the solution. It's a single investment designed to help meet an employee's long-term retirement savings needs. There are generally 4 types: a balanced fund, a professionally managed account, a life cycle or target date fund, or a capital preservation product. Use of a QDIA protects an employer from making investment elections for their participants and alleviates their fears about legal liability for fund selection. Target date funds have gained popularity over the years for their use as a QDIA. A target date fund automatically resets its asset mix according to a selected time frame, becoming more conservative as time goes on. The year in the fund's name refers to the approximate year when an investor would retire. There are 2 types of target date funds, a to and a through. A to target date fund reduces its equity exposure over time to its most conservative point at the target date and remains at that conservative level for the next 5 years, at which time the fund will close and the assets will need to go somewhere else. A through target date fund reduces its equity exposure through the target date, so it does not reach its most conservative point until 5 years after the target date. Lastly, and sometimes even more importantly, is understanding how to design a retirement plan to meet the objectives of the plan sponsor and their participants. Selecting the right plan helps ensure that you and your employees are able to maximize your savings for retirement in one of the most efficient ways possible. Understanding an employer's individual needs and goals play an important part in creating the right plan with the right options, and there is an array of plan design options. Automatic enrollment allows employers to automatically withhold contributions from an employee's wages for the retirement plan, unless the employee elects otherwise. This feature helps employers encourage employee savings by having them start as soon as they're eligible. The employer can elect to make contributions to the plan as well. Those contributions can be a fixed amount or percentage, or a matching contribution dependent on what each employee contributes. The employer can also choose to make discretionary contributions, which are made on behalf of all employees who are participants. An employer contribution provides incentive for employees to contribute and can help attract and retain top talent. The Roth 401k option provides employees with an alternative method for saving for retirement. It allows them to make after-tax contributions to their 401k plan, and as long as certain conditions are met, both the contributions and earnings are tax-free upon withdrawal. And unlike a Roth IRA, there are no income limitations for Roth 401k contributions. Today we cover just an overview of what goes into making a financially successful retirement plan for both employers and employees. It was designed to help you better understand the purpose of retirement plans and why contributing to them will better prepare you and your employees for a financially secure retirement. If you have any questions or would like to learn more about NADART, please contact the representative listed. You may also visit their website at www.nadart.org.